It's about 40 degrees out here. And I'm going to quickly open the greenhouse. This is what I go through whenever I want to get in here. But it's been so windy, I was scared to open it. So I haven't been in here for a few days. And I want to share it with you. So, hey, Maggie. Well, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but let's see. This is the tangled web we go through. Now, that's the neighbor's dog. And if it keeps it up, Maggie will be next. Let's just hook this over here. See if we can get in here. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. I got the door open and I'll show you what has to happen in here. Nice and warm in here because of the sun, but I had 3 pieces of styrofoam to take off in front of the door. And whew, Maggie's hunting because is there things in here? Oh, there could have been something in here. Yeah, there could have been. The rat trap's been set off, but nothing in it. And she's good at finding things. There's one of the spikes that broke off the Cymbidium. Maggie, you get out of there. You get out of there. Here, you better go out there and go bark or something. Okay, let me just say, yeah, I'm sorry. This is, when I come in like this, you never know, but the geraniums, they're all blossoming because the sun, even though it's been freezing, the sun has been shining on the plastic, and there's 3 layers, plus the greenhouse, but things definitely need watered, but I didn't dare open it because it was just too windy, sunny and windy. Not much snow left on the ground. So then I get out here and you have to excuse the noise out there. She has a little collar and it's one of those verbal ones. She gets told by Jack 3 times no barking, and if she does, she will get away. But she knows she never ever barks when she has it on. But, oh well, they're barking, she's barking, and we're not going to worry about it. So what I have to do when I come in here, and I have fell in here before, because I'm like the pirate walking the plank over the pond, and I have fell in. And I'm in my sandals. But I'm going to give the amaryllis just a dribble. But the fruit trees, they haven't been watered in a while, so probably a couple jugs. And we're so busy with getting ready for the windows and the wind. If the wind got under those plastics I opened, and it would take off like a big balloon, I think, and we've had to recouple once, which we don't want to do. It's one of my dreaded jobs. And we've all got dreaded jobs. But when I come out here, I try to pick a nice day, and it is nice. And I'm going to give them a good watering. I'm just looking at the leaves now to see how they look. I think for this time of the year they look good. The orange tree is still looking better than the lemon tree. But if you remember, the lemon tree lost all its leaves during the heat we had, the heat dome. My God, if it's not one thing, another. And my heart goes out to the people that have to live through these tornadoes. Oh my God, there's so many awful things, and that's why we need our orchids, our plants, and it's our own little Garden of Eden. Just how life should be. Really. They know I really care about them. They know. So they're all, I'm going to give you a close-up here, but they're all getting just enough to keep the soil wet. But they're not dried right out. And as you remember, I cut them all off. But because it warms up in the daytime if the sun gets here. But they're beautiful. And this is what I do. Like, this has been, we put up the greenhouse in, I think it was 2011 that we bought it. And that, it got here late. And I don't think we put it up till 2012. It was a big job. We had to get the neighbors over to help lift the roof on top of the greenhouse, but we enjoy it, and when we don't keep it going in the winter any longer, if we decide at some time, it'll still be great for starting. Now, if you don't have a greenhouse and you want to keep your geraniums, all you need is this little heater comes on if the temperature drops below 50. Now we have a dehumidifier running in here all the time, taking the moisture out of the air, filling the pond so I don't have to carry water. Maggie's scratching at the door, she wants in. So I've got some Swiss chard going here, and it started to dry out. This one the worst. I'm going to give you a close-up, and I haven't watered the ones behind you yet, so let's have a look here. It is a little awkward because you have to carry this around, but let's go have a close look. Now, this is a plank I walk, and I have fill in. It's not pleasant, so this fills up quite fast on rainy, snowy days, any day when there's more humidity in the air. And let's check the temperature. The thermometer says about 62, and that's because the sun is shining. And the humidity says about 68. So that's what we're running out. So we just keep these going. And, you know, every spring I bring the amaryllis in, and they're so beautiful, but most of the rest of the time they just get ignored. Maggie! So, I forgot the name of these. I know you're all going to tell me, but I've had this one a long time too. But it did get the frost once, and it like a begonia, and it took a shock, but it's coming back, and I keep that going in the same way. So if you have like a garage that has light and it stays about 50, it does not freeze, then you can do pretty good. And this is the first time I've tried to keep a Coleus King Jr. If I can keep it alive the same way, that's what I'm trying to do. So we got moringa behind, and every spring they come back out, and we make tea with that. So this one here is kind of sad. So things are looking pretty good, Seeing I hadn't been out here in a while. Okay, I think we're good there. Okay, let's go out. Oh, Maggie, are you barking? Are you showing everybody that you have lungs? I don't know. Can't, you know, little dogs are little rascals. Where is she? So now I have to hook this all up. And I want to show you this beautiful blue sky. And a lot of the snow melted yesterday. It was so warm. We went for a walk and it was just running everywhere. So now I'm in my sandals. So there's the two windows that will be garden windows. And Jack took the fire extinguisher, the air conditioner off. So it should be good. So we're going to get a lot of sun from the east. And we're also going to pick up a little from the west. But we got those bushes there, so they're going to shade us, and north. So I think we'll be good for the ones that just like to be a little cooler. Now I have to come back and close that in. And I want to show you something in the kitchen. So I'm just going to do this job and I'll come back to you. Hi everybody. Well, we got the greenhouse all wrapped up and came in, and we're going to have some fun because the dining room's in turmoil right now, and the world's in turmoil, so let's have some fun. So anyway, they are blooming. They are starting the Cymbidiums. I brought them in bud, even though some say no, 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 no. Well, usually I've listened to the no, no, no. But this time, because as I showed you out in the greenhouse, there was one of the ones that had fell off. And I decided to bring them in before something else happened. And Maggie, she's hunting out there, so I'm sure there was a little mouse running around. So I want to show you a few things we got going for when the windows are ready. So let's just see if I got this set up right, or so it will work. If I'm about 3 feet tall, it would work. Let's try again. Okay. Whoa. Sorry, but it's plastic, and actually it's from the thrift store because that's where we shop. I'm still getting there. Okay, I know. I'll get a million thumbs down, but you know what? I don't worry about those things anymore. You know, I think I'm on a big still. We're not supposed to be on big. Okay, whoa. There, that's probably more like it. Okay, I apologize, but we got her now. And, you know, YouTube has these analytic places you can go that say, oh, you haven't done much videos. Oh, your videos are worse today. Oh, they're better today because of this. You know, I have gone, I don't watch that. I'm just here to share our life, our orchids with you, and have some fun. That's all I care about. So, now, first I want to show you the Dendrobium because, as you know, it had a fall. And I want to just keep in track how it's looking. And Jack brought it in for me and he says, it's tippy. And it is. It's still tippy in here, and I definitely have to put it in a heavier pot. But at least it's not so tippy it's going to fall over, hit the side of the bowl, and everything's going to crash. It's not going to do that because this is a heavier pot. So you can see where the splint is. And we're hoping that we're going to get buds. Now I have some encouragement from some comments, and I'm sorry, I should have written it down. I'm not very good at planning, but I'm thanking, oh, I could probably really remember, but I can't remember right now. But she bought two, were they Dendrobiums? Yes, they were beautiful. One for her and one for her sister, and one broke off. And they did tape it on, and it did blossom, so I have hope. Now, I could guess at the name, but I won't. But, oof, sorry about that. But yes, I love your comments, and I listen to them all. So, that's the news about that. And maybe I should get the bad news out of the way. You know, if you have an orchid and it's in the mail for 2 weeks because of floods, hurricanes, or whatever, and it's freezing everywhere the plant goes for 2 weeks, it looked okay when we took it out because it was frozen. And we're both going, yeah, Jack even felt the heat thing was frozen. Everything was frozen. And right away, of course, the leaves fell. And then some leaves fell off. And the roots had looked fairly good, but everything is going, and you know what? I'm not going to waste my time. If your orchids freeze for 2 weeks, it's going to be very difficult. So what's happened is more leaves have been falling off. Now, it's not crown rot. They are not at all rotten from the inside. There's one. Here's another one. They're not rotten from the inside. The whole plant just gave up. And you can see here. Now, I watch a lot of videos. I know how people save it. And you know what? I've done everything I can. But there is there's a Mexican fellow that has very good videos, and I watch him use plastic pop bottles for things. And I'm not going to put it where I have to look at it every day, but I'll come back and I'll probably set up a terrarium type affair and see if I can get something happening. But it's not looking good. So, it froze. It's sad. Never had that happen before. So, that's the bad news. Now, because we're getting windows, I'm setting up different pots for how they're going to hold. And as you know, I've started to really love these little baskets. And this one, she has a little bud trying to come to. I can get her. But it's a little tricky. There we go. You can probably see it now. So she has a little bud. She's just beautiful. And these are classed as easy growing, which is nice because being I've always kept hybrid phals, which are raised for people that don't know about orchids, and they're hardy and they can withstand a lot of abuse. But she is caloric and she has a beautiful, beautiful flower. She's from November 5th because now I write it down all the time. So I'm designing different things in my mind. So this was one. It's you can't find them on eBay. I mean, this was a garage sale find, so, or a thrift store, and it was a banana tree, and it works perfect. It's good and heavy. So that one, and then let me see if I can get this in your vision without knocking it. Now here, let me see how that is. Yeah, I think we got most of it. Okay. This is, I've had this sitting in the kitchen in different places, and it's the same color metal as the little bar that we have in the corner by where the greenhouse window is going to be. And it had a candle, a little cup of metal welded onto the back here that held a candle so it would light up. But we never used it for that. And I kept it and kept it because I liked it. And then I had this brainwave. I thought, oh, maybe we could hang a plant off the front. And then I was mentioning it to Jack, and then we start brainstorming, and he came up with 2 little hooks off the side. So, not sure if they're welded, soldered, or brazed, but they're just beautiful little hooks. So he made them, and on each side, and it's good and strong, it's very sturdy, good and strong, it will hold 2 baskets. It still lets light through, so I'm quite happy with how those are going to look there. Now these are the 6-inch baskets that I got on, oh boy, Ecstasy. I think I've seen them, but they're doing good. And since I moved this one to the basket, it is getting some unpleated leaf growing in there. So what I have been doing with these is on my normal watering day, they get a full soak. Halfway through on Sunday or Saturday, they get just put under the tap and run through. It's so quick and easy. And then I just hang them back up. So that's what I've been doing with these. Even with the 8-inch ones. And the one on the banana tree is an 8-inch. And this one is an 8-inch. And it's just got pebbles. And you can bleach those pebbles once in a while. Put them in a strainer. Rinse them out. Keep them clean. Or CLR works. And keep them clean to avoid smells. And I put a little bit of charcoal in there also. So this was a 2-tier serving tray, but it will add a little bit of humidity to the area. This is the 8-inch pot from Marianne, and it's doing good too. This is Fel Mini Mart, and she's doing really well. So they not only are getting used to new baskets, they've been changed over to bark from moss and bark. Most of them, I think. One was in bark. I forget which one it was. So now in the back, I'll show you how we're getting ready for the windows, and that will be Thursday morning. They'll be here, and I'll get permission from them and see if they want to. Don't mind me showing little bits here and there as the progress happens, and then we'll follow you all the way, and in case somebody else wants to make a window like that. So beautiful sunny day. Yesterday too, real warm. We went in our sandals for our walk around the block, and it's nice, you know, winter isn't so bad on days like this, and there's lots happening. So I'm going to just show you how messy it is, but I can handle it. I just, hey, our house is still standing. There's no forest fires. Oh, just so many things. So, now, I'm going to pick this up. You know, it's squeaky, but it's nice and light. Now, I'm going to show you this. So, that's how it looks. This is glass in here. And then each one is hanging quite nicely. And so that'll probably be in the back part of the window. I don't know, but I'll show you the stand. So it'll be in that far window, and I'll go there first. So I'm pretty excited. So let's go over there. Oh, I'm slowly getting flowers. And the Monet pot is, the center one is the white one, and it has 2 spikes and got one more to open here, but it will keep opening more little buds as we go. And I have the darker purple ones on the side. They're not quite ready to open, but lots of spikes coming. And this traffic cone. Maggie! So that one's coming open nicely. She's gonna get in trouble. She's gonna get in trouble. So here's the Cymbidium. Even in the back, they're starting to open. So we lost 2 spikes on this, and I showed you where, but there's still more coming. There's still more smaller ones coming. Oh, so I'm so happy about that. Guess I have to keep it. I'll have to hire a gardener to do all our heavy lifting when we get old. When we get old, yeah. Excuse me. He does all my heavy lifting. Okay, so this window here is almost ready. We got to remove everything from around the window, because otherwise there could be breakage, banging, all kinds of things can happen. So now this is the stand, and this metal is very similar in color, so that's kind of our liquor stand. And Jack took out the air conditioner. He put this nice black board. Oof, I say that's a nice painting board, but took it out. So that's what's happening there. So we're in a bit of I've moved everything away, everything onto the table here, and you just have to ignore it for a while. Hi, honey. He hid. Hi. There we go. So we'll see you next time.